The World Wildlife Federation booklet is going to be used as a review of the basic principles in page layout using InDesign. Some of the items are, while I scroll through a few pages, document setup, primary text frames, parent pages, auto page numbering, style sheets, graphic frames, captions, and anchoring these graphic frames as well. Let me go back to page 2 here for a second. So let's go ahead and start this. Let's close this down, and we're going to work with copy first. We're not going to be putting pages in here for the covers yet. We're going to go through and just do the basic pagination of the inner pages, and then we're going to add pages for the covers in the front and the back, modifying style sheets a few times, modifying the actual parent pages and margins to see how the InDesign is going to work with your file. So closing this up for a second, let's go to InDesign and go to File, New Document. We're going to go to Print, make sure in inches, 5.5 by 8.5 inches. We're going to start with 12 pages. We will go up to 20 through this process. Start with 12. Primary text frame. So this text frames will be on every page automatically. One column only. 1/2 inch margins all the way around. Bleed at 1/8 of an inch. And we'll hit create. Once we've got our file made or started, let's go ahead and save it right away. Saving as, into our folder. We're going to name it Becker as last name, J, WWF, booklet, and save. I already downloaded the assets for this file, but you do need to go to D2L and download the photo asset file and the text file. Please create a folder to download these into so you can keep everything that you use for this activity in one folder and keep the organization. All right, so we've got our file named. We've got our file started. Let's go to the next thing. Parent pages. I'm currently on page 1, and every page in a document is going to be automatically linked to a parent, okay, to the basic parent page up here. What we're going to go ahead and do is take a look at this and double click on a parent, and we have our margins and our guides. Here's our margins and our column widths. We have the red bleed guidelines, and the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and click and create a text frame for our page numbers. Grab my text tool. I'm going to create a text frame the same width of our columns. I'm going to go under type, under special character markers, and go to current page number. We have a marker A because we are an A parent. I'm going to go ahead and format it down to 8 points. And I'm going to use Helvetica because I know I'm going to use it inside my booklet text. Going to center it, a point, and let's see where I want this to sit. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit down here. So there I've got my marker on my left page. Go ahead and copy and paste this onto, whoops. You can copy and paste or click and drag, however you want to do it, and put this on A. All right, so now that if I got my markers on here, if I go to page 1, it's page 1, page 3, here's page 2 and 3. Going back to a parent. All right, next thing we're going to do is, I know that our copy comes in as 4 topics. So we want to create a page for each topic to start on that's a little bit different than just a simple page layout as it is currently. So I'm going to double click on or right click on a parent and duplicate, or you can go to the hamburger and duplicate here. Duplicate parent spread a parent, which now becomes B. And on B, what we're going to do is we're going to modify the text frame. Make sure I'm on B. We're going to start this at 4 inches instead of at the very top. And then we're going to add a graphic frame. And it's going to be the width of the page. And it's going to go down to 3.5 inches. Let's start here. Now, if you see that I'm taking this graphic frame to the edge of the page, what you need to do for proper printing is bring this up to the bleed guidelines. The reason being is as follows. Let me grab and create just a simple square and assume that this image is going to be at the top of every page. Or I could even do something as similar as this. It's going to be a little border on the top, okay, a rectangle top. If this is the case, then this element actually needs to be off the page a little bit to the 1/8 of an inch bleed guideline to allow the printer a little extra color, so when they come in, print, and then they crop everything, cut it down, they have a little extra color at the end. If you have an element stopping here at the edge, and when they come and do the finishing cut and the trim, if this is off a little bit, your printed piece might have a little bit of white there. So that's very, very critical that anything that goes to the edge of the page actually extends to the bleed guidelines. Okay, so now I've got a graphic frame on top and I've got a text frame towards the bottom. And this is going to be for the B parent page for the first page of each topic. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag the right B page down to page 1. And now I've got B on page 1 because it's based on B parent. And I can tell that I double clicked on B on page 1 that the frame is on top and I cannot click on it, and the text frame is down here on the bottom. Let's go ahead and grab our copy. I'm going to go to File, to Place, locate your folder, and grab your text, and go ahead and click inside. And because of the primary text frame, the copy did flow through 10 of the 12 pages. So now we were ready for style sheets.